A powerful winter storm is closing in fast, and over the next 48 hours, millions of people could experience one of the most disruptive snow events of the season. If you're watching this right now, you need to know exactly what's coming because this system is intensifying quicker than expected, and the timing of the heaviest snowfall will catch a lot of people off guard. In just a moment, I'll show you the areas expected to see the highest accumulations, the exact window when travel becomes dangerous, and the key signs that the storm is strengthening even more. There is one specific time period you absolutely should avoid being on the road, and I'll break that down clearly so you can stay safe, prepared, and ahead of the storm. Right now, conditions might seem calm or even misleadingly normal, but that's exactly how these fast-moving winter systems behave before they hit. Cold air has already settled into the region, and moisture is surging in from the southwest. Several major weather models agree that when these two ingredients collide, the result will be heavy, wet snow and rapidly deteriorating visibility. Whether you're preparing for work, planning travel, or just trying to make sure your home is ready, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know in a simple, easy-to-follow way. By the end of this video, you lines understand the timing of the storm, how much snow to expect in your area, where the highest impact zones are, and the critical steps you can take right now to stay safe during this winter blast. Stay with me, because the details in the next few minutes could make a big difference in how you navigate this storm. This storm has been developing rapidly over the past 24 hours, and what makes it especially concerning is how several major forecast models have now aligned, showing a clear path of heavy snow, strong winds, and widespread travel disruptions. It begins as a low-pressure system sliding in from the southwest, pulling in a massive amount of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. As it pushes into colder air already settled across the region, the setup becomes ideal for producing intense snowfall rates. Meteorologists refer to this type of system a dynamic winter storm, meaning its strength comes from how fast the air masses are clashing. That's why forecasts have increased snow totals significantly compared to early predictions. Right now, the storm is gathering strength, with an expanding shield of moisture set to collide with sub-freezing air temperatures. Areas from the Central Plains to the northeast are likely to see the most impact depending on the exact track of the low. As the storm intensifies, it's expected to generate strong wind gusts along its northern and eastern sides, creating blowing snow and whiteout conditions. The combination of wet, heavy snow and wind will also raise concerns about tree damage and scattered power outages. This isn't just a quick snow event, this is a widespread winter system capable of creating major disruptions for several states. Understanding how it is forming helps explain why the weather is about to shift so dramatically and why preparation is so important before it arrives. Let us break down the timing so you know exactly when this storm will begin affecting your area. The first wave of snow is expected to move in during the early morning hours, starting light but picking up quickly as the system strengthens. Many locations will wake up to steady snowfall, which will begin to accumulate on untreated roads almost immediately, thanks to the cold ground temperatures. If you're planning to commute early, be prepared for slick and slow-moving traffic right from the start. By late morning into early afternoon, the storm enters its most intense phase. This is when the heaviest snow bands will set up, producing snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour, and in some localized areas, even higher. Visibility will drop sharply, and wind gusts will begin to increase, making travel significantly more difficult. This is the window where roads can go from manageable to extremely dangerous in a matter of minutes. Moving into the evening and overnight hours, the storm continues to spread across the region, but the intensity will start to shift depending on the storm's exact track. Some areas will see a second burst of heavy snow, while others transition into lighter but persistent snow showers. Overnight travel will remain hazardous, especially in open areas where blowing snow can create drifts. By early tomorrow morning, the storm will begin to pull away, but lingering snow and strong winds will still cause reduced visibility and lingering slick spots. Understanding these timelines will help you plan your day and avoid the worst conditions. Snowfall totals will vary widely across the region, and the exact track of the storm will determine which areas see the most accumulation. Right now, forecasts indicate a broad zone of 6 to 10 inches stretching across the central part of the storm's path. This includes major population centers that are likely to experience significant travel slowdowns, school delays, and event cancellations. However, within this area, narrow bands of heavier snow are expected to form, creating pockets of 12 to 18 inches or more. These high-impact zones will be hit the hardest, with near whiteout conditions and snowfall that outpaces plowing efforts. To the north, colder air will enhance snow ratios, meaning the snow will be lighter and fluffier, but still capable of piling up quickly. These northern zones may see for 2 to 8 inches, with blowing snow becoming a major issue. Meanwhile, areas farther south will be right on the edge of a rain-snow line, making totals more unpredictable. Slight temperature shifts could mean the difference between 2 inches of slush or half a foot of heavy, wet snow. One of the biggest challenges with this storm will be the sharp cutoff zone locations just 20 to 30 miles outside the main snow band might see drastically different totals. That's why it's important to stay tuned for updates as the storm approaches. Regardless of your exact total, the areas in the heart of the storm should prepare for difficult travel, possible power outages, and several hours of intense snowfall that will impact daily routines and transportation. The combination of heavy snow, cold temperatures, and increasing wind speeds will create hazardous travel conditions throughout the duration of the storm. Roads will become slick early, but the biggest travel concern comes during the peak snowfall window when visibility drops significantly and plows struggle to keep up. Major highways, interstates, and secondary roads will all be affected, and even a short trip could take 2 to 3 times longer than usual. If you must travel, expect delays, slow traffic, and the possibility of temporary road closures. Blowing and drifting snow will amplify these issues in rural and open areas, making it difficult to see lane markings or maintain traction. Bridges and overpasses will freeze first, creating hidden ice patches. Public transit systems may also experience delays or reduced service, especially in cities expecting more than half a foot of snow. Utilities could also take a hit. Heavy, wet snow accumulating on trees and power lines increases the risk of power outages, especially when combined with wind gusts strong enough to cause branches to break. Neighborhoods with older infrastructure or above-ground power lines will be especially vulnerable. In addition, strong winds could cause drifting around homes, garages, and driveways, making it harder for emergency crews to access certain areas. For anyone planning to be out during the storm, the safest approach is to stay ahead of the weather and avoid travel during the worst conditions. If you're able, complete errands early, charge your devices, and be prepared for potential delays or brief outages as the storm intensifies. Before the storm arrives, taking a few simple steps can make a huge difference in how safely and comfortably you get through it. Start by checking your essential supplies, food, water, flashlights, blankets, and any medications you may need for the next 24 to 48 hours. If you rely on electric heat or live in an area prone to outages, consider having backup warming options or extra blankets ready just in case. For your vehicle, make sure you have enough fuel, windshield washer fluid, and an emergency kit that includes a scraper, jumper cables, a small shovel, and something for traction, like sand or cat litter. If you must travel, let someone know your route and expected arrival time, and stick to main roads where plowing is more frequent. As the storm intensifies, stay off the roads during the peak snowfall window. Not only will visibility be poor, but emergency crews will need the roads to be clear to respond quickly when needed. Keep your phone charged, follow local alerts, and stay updated with the latest weather information as the storm evolves. Inside your home, keep curtains open during the day to let natural heat in, and close them at night to help insulate. If you have pets, make sure they stay warm and indoors. And most importantly, stay aware of changing conditions. Storms like this can shift slightly, and even small changes can have big impacts on totals and travel safety. Taking these steps now ensures you and your family stay safe, prepared, and ready until the storm passes. As this snowstorm moves in, the most important thing you can do is stay aware, stay prepared, and avoid the worst of the conditions if possible. We've gone over the timing, the expected snowfall totals, the impact zones, and the safety steps you can take to protect yourself and your family. Even though storms like this can be disruptive, being informed puts you in a position of control. Make sure your home is ready, your devices are charged, and your travel is minimized during the peak hours of heavy snow and low visibility. Remember, weather can change quickly, and even small shifts in the storm track can make a big difference in what you experience. I'll continue to monitor updates and provide the latest information, so if anything changes, you'll know right away. If you found this breakdown helpful, consider subscribing or following for real-time alerts and future forecasts. Your safety is the priority, so take this storm seriously, prepare ahead of time, and look out for one another. Stay safe, stay warm, and I'll see you in the next update.